Stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Serving Johnson County, Texas, JoCo Community Radio.
Do you want me to touch base with one of them?
Sure.
Lisa or Chris?
Yeah, if you want to text one of them.
Okay.
They might be lost.
Welcome to another edition of Business Connections here on JoCo Community Radio. I'm Tiffany Carlin. Nona Reed is joining me for this edition. Thanks for staying with me.
No problem.
I didn't have to twist your arm, and you didn't have to run out and take care of a possibly dying cat. So that also helps.
Crazy things go on in my life all the time.
We have some wonderful guests joining us today. We're missing one, and it may be that I missed a response email. I know that Jenny with Joshua Nutrition was going to join us, but ended up not being able to because she's got a sick employee down.
No.
So she had to, hop in there and take care of business. Because, hey, that's what entrepreneurs do, right? We have to take care of business no matter what. And that's what she's doing. So so we'll get with her and have her at this table another time. I do have okay, Del Norte, Lisa was not able to make it. So that's okay. It's just us. So at the half hour, I may shift you this way a little bit so we can be closer together. But welcome. I'm going to have each of you introduce yourselves to our listeners and tell them who you are and the name of your business.
Good morning. My name is Jenny Flores. I'm the owner of J Flows in Godley. We are a snow cone / novelty shop, and we also do lots of events, reach out for kids and the local community.
Hi, I'm Patty Rooks. I'm with Godley Grind Cafe and Chosen Kingdom Builders. So we are a local coffee shop, started out as a coffee shop and recently partnered with a nonprofit organization out of Michigan that reaches out and helps children that are aging out of foster care, which is kind of the same mission we had when we opened the store, to hire kids from the foster care system. And so we're partnering together and have turned Godley Grind Coffee Shop into a full cafe. And so we work as a nonprofit to provide housing and employment for kids aging out of care.
So the whole coffee shop in itself is a nonprofit?
Yes.
Wow.
And how long has the coffee shop been open?
We have been there since September of 2019.
Very good. Wow. And where exactly is it located? Is it in the Strip?
So we're kind of out of the way. We're at 300 East Railroad. So it's kind of behind Rowlett Hardware, just right over the tracks there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the hours of the coffee shop?
So we're open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday and Saturday.
Okay, so I love one of the things on your website because it says we're closed on Sunday for Jesus.
Right.
Straight up. I mean, and I was like, I love that.
Yes.
I love that is on your schedule.
No coffee for you.
Yeah, no coffee for you.
Get it at church.
Get it at church.
That's
right. That's right.
Hey, and a lot of the churches do serve coffee now.
And, that's something else that we're partnering with churches, well, not just here, but all over the place, of doing coffee subscriptions. So they can order coffee straight from us.
Awesome.
Fresh roasted coffee. It goes in, and all of that money goes toward helping kids find homes. And so, most churches serve coffee in the morning anyway. So it's just kind of a natural thing to do.
That's awesome.
That's really brilliant.
Yes.
So what I like about that is you guys keep finding another way to find other revenue streams of income that can help feed your ultimate goal.
Right.
And so that's just important. So it doesn't stop just at the coffee shop.
Right.
That's a good line.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, it is.
You might want to take that with you. It doesn't stop there. I mean, you're going out into the community. And so I don't know why this conversation has happened multiple times in the past week, but there must be something to this that God keeps putting this in my head, because it happened with a counselor that we were talking with during the Power of Women Entrepreneur event on Sunday night. And it sparked back a conversation I've had with people in churches, where you have some churches that get very stuck behind the doors.
Mhm.
And you have businesses that get stuck behind the doors. And your mindset can get stuck behind the doors
Right.
as well. And so in the sense of your business, and then in the sense of the church and how it all works together, is that we have to go out into the community in order to bring them in.
Mhm.
So you can't ever open up a business and just sit behind the door and go, where's the customers?
Right.
And that's the same idea with church. So this has just been a constant conversation, a reminder of it, this past week. I don't know why. Something's
Right.
coming. Something's
you
coming
know,
this week with
What
it.
I love about the coffee in the churches is that we're not going out to the churches asking them for money to help fund this project for kids. They're getting something that they are buying anyway.
Right.
They're getting something in
Yeah,
return.
But
Absolutely.
it's helping in the long run.
Well, they don't have to go in the back and make the coffee. I mean, that's really straight up. I mean, that's a great thing. Imagine coming out of church and having snow cones. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with having dessert directly
Exactly.
after church. So one of the other things that I like that it says on your website too is that Godly Grind Coffee, good people, good coffee, better people. So what sparked your passion for helping these foster kids? What was that one moment that made this happen, that made this so important to you?
So my husband and I were foster parents for 14 years. And in that 14 years, we had decided we were going to adopt one child. And so we adopted him. And 14 years later, we had adopted 19 more.
Oh my gosh.
So we have 20
Wow.
kids, 19 of them are adopted. And we really got into adopting kids we started out like everyone else does when they start foster care or adoption, is they want that little baby, the little cute ones. I mean, everyone wants those, right? Well, we realized a very short time into it that it was the teenagers that nobody wanted, no one was standing in line for them. So that was the ones that we started taking. And so over half of our kids we adopted were teenagers.
Wow.
Good.
And then after we quit fostering, I was working in child welfare as a case manager. And I saw the same thing that was going on with my kids, just the struggle that they go through of finding, because of lack of social skills and just mainly social skills, just the struggle they have of finding a job. And then once they find that job, just being able to keep that job. And so that was the idea of opening the coffee shop, was a way to hire kids from the foster care system to teach them skills.
So how do you work outside of Godly are you bringing foster kids who are aging out from outside of your community? How do you work that?
Originally we had, before COVID, we had 8 kids from the foster care system. Some of them we had one that was here in Burleson. Some of these kids were already adopted. So we had about 8 kids. Yeah, I think it was 8 is where we were at whenever COVID hit. And then of course, we had to lay everyone off after COVID. So it's been kind of a struggle starting back up. But that was one great thing about partnering with the organization out of Michigan, because they have done this for 11 years in Michigan and provided home for tons of kids.
It's
And
wonderful.
everything has just fallen in place. I mean, it's just wonderful, the people that have stepped up and said, hey, we would like to do this and we would like to offer that. We have a ranch that has offered cabins.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Okay, so the cabins is the next step. So I've been
Yes.
all through this, and Jenny, we're going to get to you. I promise.
Oh,
I promise we're going to get to you because. But
good.
no,
Hey, I'm learning stuff, so I didn't even know that her
well,
organization was all nonprofit.
this is
had
the
no idea.
great thing about bringing people to the table, because
Right.
you end up finding out stuff about
Right.
each other's businesses,
Mhm.
and then you start to realize too, wait a minute, I can help with that.
Right.
I've got ideas. And so it's all about having these intentional conversations about how do we grow each other's businesses and how do we help our community at the same time, and how do we
Mhm.
bring people in from outside of our community to say, hey, woohoo, we're here. Well,
Right.
that's part of what we're doing here at JoCo Community Radio, is to make people very aware of you all, and to get out to places like Godley, because it's growing.
It is.
It
I mean,
is.
it stole
Quickly.
my best friend. I'm not going to lie. But I totally understand it. I mean, Shelly moved there and
she loves it.
she loves it. And when you get, when she's constantly posting the most beautiful,
Beautiful
godly
Views.
sunrises,
Mhm.
and she just loves it. She loves it out in Godley.
Mhm.
She really, really does. And it's not that far from here.
I lived there at one time too.
Did you?
Yes.
How long ago?
Over 25 years ago.
Oh,
I was single and I was
Okay,
dating,
it's a long
but-
time ago.
But yes, loved
of
it. We
those.
were really out in the country, and I mean, I remember we'd go up to that little corner store and we would do our IOU. That's how. I mean, we would just
So you
like
got your snack.
put it on our tab. That's.
I think
no.
I had a tab like that
Yeah.
at a place called
I loved it.
Rumpernooks.
I loved Godly,
We
This
have
is
and
a-
it was a
we have
lot
people that do
smaller
that.
then.
This is in
one
Fair Lawn,
too.
New Jersey.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a tab. I don't know if they do that tab anymore. I doubt it.
Doubt
I
it.
think
Doubt it.
I
Couldn't keep up.
Could get a little. I think it get a little crazy now.
Yeah.
But I think for the right people,
I
if you
loved it.
can, you can.
It's beautiful.
So Godly Grind, by the way, if you want to learn more about Godly Grind, go to Godley. It's GODLEY grind.com, because we're talking about, it's in Godley,
Godley,
Texas.
Texas.
And it is with an EY.
Even though
so-
they're
some-
doing godly things.
they are doing godly things in Godly. Let's be real.
Yes,
I mean, seriously,
are.
a lot of the businesses there really are. It's very surreal sometimes. Like when you look, do you ever look at your community as a whole and go, there's a lot of godly
Yeah.
things really
Mhm.
going on in Godly.
I know
Yes.
JFlow's partners with the church all the time doing different events for the kids and all.
Awesome.
See, so
So
talk.
And then they're amazed that, oh, it's free. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they all show up, and it's like, what do we do?
free snow cones, free gourmet snow cones.
Yeah.
Godly Grind. Once you go to the website, be sure to click through on our stories, the about, and I'm getting to the click through. And there's another click through that actually brings you to the chosenkingdombuilders.org website. And this is where the housing project
Yes.
comes in. And so when did you guys start your goal? Part of the goal here, or the mission, is to build a mini, are they mini houses? What are they called?
Yeah, mini houses.
Mini houses, little house community.
Yeah.
Thank you. Which are so cute. And so when did this start?
Okay, so the founder of Chosen Kingdom Builders is also an adoptive dad. He started fostering and adopting at the age of 21,
Wow.
and he's up in Michigan. So some of my daughters had been to a foster care conference about 9 years ago and had met him and introduced us kind of over the phone. And so we had been kind of following each other's work, going back and forth, comparing what we were doing, sharing ideas and all for all this time. He had came down and brought a group of young people several times to vacation, and they had stayed at our house. And so we had just gotten really close and got to know each other. Well, he was down here for a wedding here a few weeks ago and came out to the coffee shop, and it was the first time he had seen it. So we were sitting out on the patio, and he said, "What do you think about partnering?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to Michigan. No way. No way." So I told him that I didn't really see that happening, but I would pray about it. And so I prayed about it and felt like that's where God was leading.
Mm-hmm.
So it just like happened all of a sudden. He brought a group of 4 young people down. They helped us redo a lot of stuff in the store. We worked on, menus, different ideas. We brainstormed and all. And he left. And when he left one of the kids with me.
Uh-huh.
And so Dre, I wanted to bring him today, but he had already a previous commitment. But he is 21 and he runs the store at night, or the coffee shop at night, and is just amazing.
Oh.
And so they've been down here a couple of times now, and just, he's already doing this up there. They already have like everything is already in order. I mean,
Right.
They have the contracts with the state. They have, just a success rate up there, the backing of all of these churches and all up there. And so it just makes sense to transfer that down here. So we were like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We have 5 acres out in Godley. And I was like, we're going to put 3 acres and we'll build little tiny houses on it.
Uh-huh.
And so we decided to do that. And what's funny is we had just put that land up for sale when this came about.
Mm-hmm.
And I called my
Nope.
real estate agent and said,
Nope.
I'm
Take
sorry,
it off.
take
Take
it
it down.
off. So we talked about building houses there. Well, that Saturday, a lady came in that, I hate to say this, but used to be the probation officer to one of my kids from a long time ago. We hadn't seen each other in years. She introduced me to her husband. We talked about what we were doing, and he said, "Oh my God, I've got someone that needs to meet you. He's doing the same thing. He's built these houses out on his ranch, but he has no kids to put in them. But that's what he wants to do." And so he introduced us. And so they've already got 3 cabins. So we have met with them. We're partnering with them to provide these housing. We took a group of kids out last week to the ranch, and they got to do milk a cow. They got to preg check a cow.
That's very cool, though.
Yeah,
it's a
was
cool experience.
amazing.
Everyone should.
Yes.
So where is the ranch?
You get to do
Is it
that.
close to
Out in
Godley?
Rye Vista.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was amazing though is these kids had came down, and one of them told me, he's 25 years old and grew up, foster care. And the first thing he said was, "This is the best night's sleep that I have ever had in my life, because there's no gunshots, no
Just
people
peace.
fighting."
So peaceful. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It is. It's surreal, honestly. Sometimes to think that we have,
It would take for granted.
we take for granted, and
Yes.
and we're not. How many people don't understand the aging out process out of the foster care system, and what happens to these kids if there's someone not, if there isn't someone there to guide them or offer them opportunities, employment opportunities, helping them through doing their FAFSA.
Yeah.
Being
Buying
able to
a
get
car.
it. Yeah. Buying a car, getting being able to find grants to go to college, that when you're aging out, it's like, bye.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Yes.
there's not a lot of foster care parents
Right.
who,
Go forward. Yeah.
right. Because you don't, a lot of foster care parents don't understand. And I've learned this recently by having one of our, a guest on JoCo Eats several months back. It's the hot dog place in Cleburne. He's a foster parent.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Loaf and Jut.
Yes.
Loaf and-
Thank you. Loaf and Dog.
Loaf and
Loaf and
Dog.
Dog.
and
Yeah,
dog.
we had a really, really good conversation
that.
about adoption and the foster care system, and understanding, these kids can go to school for free.
Right.
College.
But they don't. Yeah.
They can
They don't
go
know
to
that
usually
college
And get as
either.
many
for free.
degrees. as
That's
they
right.
want.
That's right. And
And
so
only 3% take advantage of that.
because they don't know.
Because
Because
most
they
of them
don't
don't know.
And I mean, wouldn't you agree that the adoptive parents and the foster parents don't know it?
I would agree that too.
So, I mean, this is not where like you
Mhm.
know, you can keep, oh, I'm going to have to keep this kid, you know, who's about to age out of the foster care and they're going to be on my, but that's not how it works. Nor should it ever be in your mind that that's why you have a foster child in the first
Right.
place. But let's be real. The system is broken and stuff
Yes.
does like
Yes.
stuff happens like that.
And there are 27,000 kids age out of care every year.
Wow.
Without ever being adopted.
Wow.
27,000 per year. And that's the United States total.
United States.
And out of that, 3% go to college. Now, if we're not, I mean, if we're talking real, wow, we've got, that's a problem.
Someone do numbers fast.
I can't even do the
I
numbers
can't
that
even-
fast. But it's a big number when you only have 3% of them
right.
going
Oh yeah.
going off to college. You've just left 20,000,
Mhm.
and I'm being gracious here with my numbers because
Well, yeah,
I know I'm not even.
2,700 would be
Am I close?
Yeah.
10%.
Right,
not
so-
even-
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're talking about a lot of now you have young adults
Mhm.
who end up out on the street,
Right.
who they've got nowhere to go,
and no confidence.
no
Right.
No
confidence,
direction.
no direction, no one there to guide them.
Mhm.
And so I absolutely love what you guys are doing at the grind. What I love and what I'm getting goosebumps about right now is just the idea of when's the next grind going to open up? Because
Right.
this is such a great concept to have. And wow, what if you had what if, because I like to what if up when we're talking about stuff like this. And this is kind of what happens when you're at the round table. What if you had a snow cone place on the other side? You know, I mean, you think about when you start to think about, well, I mean, think about the concepts of where some of our big business has gone. You've got the Pizza Hut and the wing place.
Yeah,
Hot
that mixing
roaches or
together.
something.
Yes.
Buffalo or wings.
Yeah.
Whatever the,
Yeah, a
well, I don't
lot
know
of-
which one it is.
Well, like Pizza Hut and Kentucky Fried Chicken, and
got you.
yeah, where
Long
they
John Silver's
yeah.
and
where you go to
KFC,
a
no.
restaurant or
Yeah,
a
there's
drive through,
Taco
and there's
Bell,
two
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Yes,
you can get
Yeah.
both.
They merged.
yes.
They're under
Kinda-
the same umbrella is what it
Yes.
comes down to.
Mhm.
But you don't have to be like that to do what small business can do.
Right.
And sharing a kitchen, you know, sharing, you know, you have your own food license, but you have a kitchen to commercial kitchen to share. You have the same drive-through to share,
Customers.
same customers, and you're cross-marketing your
One day you
businesses.
feel like coffee, and one day you feel like a snow
I
cone.
know.
Well,
Especially with Texas.
it just
Yeah.
it just
That's
happens.
why you
so
never
true.
know when
Yeah.
we're open or closed.
That's
Right.
true.
Exactly.
But you're sharing staff too.
Right.
Yeah.
And so just thoughts on, you know,
Yeah.
how do you know, is this the right partnership, or is there a different partnership that fits better with the snow cones and something better with the
Right.
coffee? I mean, but it's just something to think about, and it gets your mind brewing.
Right.
But
Um,
bump.
I mean, it really does. I mean, you know, it's okay to not want another location too.
Mhm.
I'm not saying everybody has to grow.
Well,
to a
we're
second location.
actually talking to someone about expanding into Burleson.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, we'll
Or
need
what
to talk
about Rio
afterwards.
Vista, since the ranch is going to be there?
Do what now?
What about Rio Vista since the ranch
Yeah.
is going to be there?
I just don't know if we would get enough traffic there
Okay.
to
Yeah.
make it.
I thought it was growing
Definitely in
quickly as well.
Burleson.
It
We've
is,
gotten
but
so
not
big.
quite as-
It is.
Okay.
Well, Rio Vista actually just got their first coffee shop.
Mhm.
Oh, did they?
They
Oh,
did.
okay.
They just got their first coffee shop, Heather's. It's called Heather's. And our morning show host, Tanya, she actually went and did a live from out there.
Oh,
So just
cool.
in case you didn't know, if you're driving through Rio Vista,
Okay.
there is a new
Mhm.
coffee shop there called
Okay.
Heather's.
Have to check that out.
I don't know everything that they provide because I only kind of watched it partly. But I want to come out to you. You brought us some pastries. Are these pastries
yes.
from
Oh yes,
the grind? Okay,
Mhm.
please bring them in here.
baked at
Where
4
are they?
a.m. this
Oh.
morning.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna taste. So while Nona gets that open for us, and oh my gosh, we're gonna need napkins for sure. Oh my goodness, those look amazing. Are there
So these are fruit kolaches.
okay?
Can't get kolaches all over the place in Texas. So these are fruit kolaches. These are turnovers, and these are little mini muffins.
So for a lot of people who don't know much about kolaches, most people think kolaches are just the little
meat.
mini
The
Yeah, yeah,
weenie.
yeah.
the weenie and the bread.
Pig in a blanket.
Yes.
Pig in a blanket. Okay, that's what I call it.
called them.
I don't eat them because to me, it's like, I feel like it's eating a hot dog for breakfast.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, why can't someone put it like a regular, breakfast sausage link in there?
Right.
That would be perfect for me. I don't know why it's like a hot dog. But kolaches, there are many types of kolaches.
Yes.
And the fruit kolaches are really the main
Yes.
type.
Yes.
So we just want to point that out. But you got to swap cameras so they can, people who are watching can actually see it. For those that are listening on the radio, I'm so sorry that you can't see this deliciousness that's on the table. But they're absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna head to break here in just about a minute. When we come back, we're gonna dive in with JFlow, which I don't think I want to call you anything but JFlow because it just works. And so
Works for me.
I mean, it's your name, but I really want to dive in with you about what it means to you. I mean, there's J-Lo and then there's JFlow. And
it's Jenny and Joe Flores. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
People
it.
say, what is your name? Well, hence the
hence the
yeah,
flow.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It was a great choice.
Sense. Yes.
Yeah.
JFlow snow cones in Godley, Texas, and they're gourmet. And that's the thing that I want to dive into you about as well, is you have this gourmet part in front of it. So I'm assuming you've got you got some interesting flavors.
I know, that's what
Correct.
I'm thinking.
So I went on to I'm on your Facebook page. Because if you click on it in Google, that's where it takes you. Is there a website or is it just this?
So to be totally honest, the website needs work. My sister was doing that part. Unfortunately, we lost my mom unexpectedly, and I have not gone back and taken time to do anything with my page. So
I'm so sorry.
I do need to do
Yes.
that. I know that, but she was that side. She's the tech savvy person, and after that happened, she left me and took off to Houston. So I have not gone back to fix that.
I'm going to just to let you know, I completely understand that. I've been there.
Yes.
I have been there. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to dive in with JFlow from JFlow Gourmet Snow Cones in Godley.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leach Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleburne, Texas. Leach Brothers has been family-owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
JoCo Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
And turn them off. Welcome back to the second half of JoCo Business Connections here on JoCo Community Radio. I'm Tiffany Carlin with a mouthful of blueberry muffin. I am
I know. It's
trying
so
to
good.
talk through it. And Nona
So
can't
good.
help me because she too is tasting some of
It's really good.
the Godley Grinds mini blueberry muffin. We've got a dish full if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter.
Yes.
We
You
have
can
a
see it
platter
right
full
now.
of amazing goodies. And then that was good.
It was really
And I would
good.
like to shove the rest of the muffin in my mouth right now, but I'm going to have to wait until we are through this. So welcome back here to the second half. I am Tiffany Carlin Hurd with, I never say my full last name, but I did that time, Nona Collins
We're
Reed.
kidding. I know. We're just like having crazy identities, I guess.
I guess so. Identity crisis.
Yeah.
And joining us today is Patty with the Godly Grind and Jennifer Flores, aka J Flo. Jenny. What did I say?
Just Jenny.
Just Jenny?
Not Jennifer. Yeah.
I said Jennifer. I'm sorry.
I
It's
guess
just
my
Jenny.
mom didn't like the whole having to spell the whole name.
I'm just Jenny from the block.
I'm just Jenny.
She's just Jenny from Godly.
Jennifer Godley.
Which that's all I'm going to be able to call you from now on is it's Jenny from Godly because she's J Flo. And if you guys don't know the whole J Lo thing, then and J Lo from the block, I'm sorry.
Where have you
I'm
been?
here to help you with that. So welcome back to the second half of our show. JoCo Community Radio is the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen, go to tuneinjoco.com and download the free app. That's right, it is free. It's going to try and get you to sign up for $14.99 a month. You do not have to do that. There is a little X that's kind of faded and hiding in the top right corner.
Of course it is.
It is, yes. Hit that faded
Like every
X.
website.
I know, it's crazy. Just hit that X and it's going to take you right into the app. Search for JoCo Community Radio. That's JoCo, short for Johnson County. And give us a little heart and we'll pop open every time you open the app up. All of our shows can also be found on any one of your favorite podcast platforms, such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and Spreaker. You can check out our lineup and more at JoCoCommunityRadio.com. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Hail happens, storms happen, and you've got to have someone ready to advocate for you in your corner to make sure the insurance company pay the full claim because they don't want to. So reach out to them at facebook.com/next level claims and get them in your corner before the next storm hits. And a quick shout out to A Sparkle Clean here out of Burleson, serving the entire surrounding area, Johnson County and some parts of Tarrant County. Billy Carver Rhodes is the owner of that business. She is, I'm blessed to have her come in and clean the radio station, and extremely blessed to have them come in, her and her team come in and clean my home as well. So if you need someone, search for A Sparkle Clean on Facebook and reach out to them. And they're also hiring. So if you know anybody looking for a job and those people are extremely OCD and they like to clean, that's who she wants to hire. So the
Those
jobs
are
are
the
there,
best.
people. The jobs are there. So get out and get back to work. So anyway, back to J Flo. J Flo's Gourmet Snow Cones in Godley, Texas. So I'm on your Facebook page. Talk about, first of all, how long have you been in business?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
And
I think we were kind of
About the same time.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
close to the same time. I think mine was May of 19. And like I said, mom passed, so it kind of was shifty there. But we bought the land in 19 of September. So
Yeah, we both decided to go into business right before COVID.
yeah,
so.
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. But that's where like the outreach thing was a blessing
Right.
because I had
Right.
all the food and I'm the type if I'm going to feed people, you know what I mean? So I'm not
Yes.
going to waste food. And so during COVID, we would give out free meals and like you could just drive through and pick up meals. And, you know, if families that the school, I didn't realize the school was feeding so many kids. I didn't realize so many kids were on free lunches.
They
And
still
so-
are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so when you see the community coming through, I mean, there's no questions asked. Just come and get your free
Right.
meal or whatever. But
So as a small business owner who just launched your business, how did that affect you, or how were you in a position to be able to afford to give away all these free meals?
well, number one, they're already purchased. You know what I mean? The food's already bought. So
It's going to go to waste,
it's
or
going to go to
Right.
waste or you're going to feed somebody. You're going to bless somebody. So obviously that's what we're going to do. Just like with our outreaches, when we do the things for the kids, I try to focus on kids, because there's stuff parents can go do. You can go out and you can go on date night and you can go out for drinks, but to me, there's nothing for the kids in Godley. And I have a 13 and a 16-year-old, but when we moved there, obviously they were younger and we had to drive everywhere. So I try to do the back to school bashes, the big parties. The trunk or treat's always been a success. It's only been my 3rd year, but we also do the breakfast with Santa, and most of those things are free events just to bring people in to show that I'm there. Because some people call me out of town, which I'm literally right down the road.
We lost the lid.
What am I?
They
2
call
minutes from you? 3 minutes from you, and
Blah,
I'm
blah.
called out of town, because I'm on the highway going to Benbrook, so I do have to promote a lot. I do have to market a lot to let people know that I'm there, because the new communities that are over there on her side, they may never even drive my way, especially if they work in Burleson or Cleburne, get on the Chisholm and go to Dallas or whatever. They don't even realize I'm there. So when I do these events, that's when I reach the people.
Are you this road that you're on,
2331, which is a main road?
Yeah, 2331. Okay,
yeah.
which takes you it'll take you to, you can go that way to Granbury.
Right?
No,
opposite direction.
I was
Opposite
about to say it
direction.
takes you
Okay.
to Cleburne,
Well,
right?
it depends on if you're going north or south,
But,
so it'll take you into Benbrook Crowley.
Into Benbrook Crowley.
Yes,
Okay.
but if you're coming into town, then obviously it's going to take you to 171.
So maybe we need to exchange signs.
Yeah, there we
We
go.
could put
Yeah.
a Godly Grind sign on yours and
Corner.
You could put.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because a lot of people don't know about Patty either, on my side, because
Right.
they live out in the country,
And they go straight
or they
to
live
Fort Worth.
Wildcat, and then they go
Yeah.
straight to Benbrook, Fort Worth. They don't come into town to do things. So
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, ladies.
Yeah, I mean, this is again the intentional part of sitting at the table together and talking about business and how you can help each other grow. So to already come up with that, idea of let's put signs that point to each other is absolutely fantastic. I love that that's what you took from this. To take it another step further, you could also cross promote on each other's Facebook pages and let people know, hey, you can come here for this, or you can have your private party and have us come serve snow cones. And now when you do your private parties,
These look really good too.
when you do your private parties, do you serve the Frito pies, the nachos, the hot dogs, the homemade salsa, the elotes, all of it? Or
So after COVID, we let a lot of that go as well.
Okay.
I got kind of pushed that stuff out. I do the homemade salsa all around, all the time, because I have my repeat customers, but I also do it now on request if I'm not open.
Okay.
And the elotes, because the corn in the cup, it's just, you don't get that around here.
No, you don't. There's nowhere.
But when I have the events, I will do the Frito pie, the nachos, the other stuff. Most of the time, we actually do street tacos. My husband will actually sit out there and cook for us. So he cooked 60 pounds of meat for the trunk or treat.
Wow.
And we got rid of almost all of it. We had some
Wow.
leftovers the next day because we had family, but we cooked 60 pounds of meat that night.
Wow.
So it just depends on what we're doing. If he's available, then we try to go fresh and cook fresh. And that was our goal when we bought in Godley. We've been married since we were 19, and our vision was always to have a restaurant. But after just doing snow cones and the few things that I do, I've decided that I don't want a full restaurant. If we do anything, it would be like breakfast burritos, something like that.
Okay.
With the salsa, it's more of the Mexican side of foods that we don't have in Godley. Del Norte is amazing, but his stuff is really, he's a chef,
Right,
so
right.
his stuff is
You
way
need-
more intense and way more unique than what I would ever
Right.
Well, and
bring
is
to the table. So
and is Del Norte open for breakfast on a daily basis?
I
so.
think
No,
just
but-
Saturday, aren't they?
Well, I don't know.
See, I wish they were here. I
And
don't.
see,
I
they're
can't
right
answer
across the
that.
highway from us.
Yes.
But
Well,
I don't know.
So Tuesday through
Too bad we
Friday,
couldn't get them on the phone.
it's right, but Tuesday through Friday, they're open 11 to 9, so they do not do breakfast.
So they just do
Saturday,
breakfast Saturday, right?
Saturday is 9 a.m.
Mhm.
to 9 p.m.
Yes.
And we're going to have them on again. It was just they need a few more extra days. They need at least 5 days in advance to book to come on the
Get
show.
somebody available.
Yeah, so which is totally okay because we'd love to have them back. I've had lunch there with Shelly, and so when I reached out to her, I was like, "Hey, what else is in?" I said, I'm looking for different food industry type of, businesses that we can bring to the table together that would, complement each other. You've got the dessert side and you've got the morning side, the coffee and the pastries and you do breakfast as well, right? Yes. So
They also do a little lunch thing. I mean,
Yes.
there was
You've got
some
wraps
sandwiches and
and-
stuff.
We do more lunch than anything.
So I wanted to have the three of you at the table if we could, because again, it's that power in being able to serve each other. Del Norte has an event space outside in the back. So, there's nothing and it's BYOB when there's a concert playing. So people bring, their own beverages of their choice. Why couldn't the snow cones, have a stand set up and
We did.
and serving?
We did it all summer.
Right.
So they reached
So-
out to me at the beginning. I think my first weekend was in August. And so every Saturday when they had an event, we pulled the truck over there.
Wonderful.
And it was great. And I did realize that the older community, they prefer the Bluebell. So I do Bluebell at the shop, but it's hard to take that with you on the truck. So me and the girls bought the big stainless steel and did take 3 flavors with us every time. So
Oh, great.
we'd get the
Now the Bluebell's
customers
good,
that
too.
some are drinking, some are having snow cones and Bluebells. So it did work out for us.
And
I'd be like snow cone with some hot damn.
Well,
put
and
on
okay,
it.
so I have a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old working in there, and they're like, "Do you have any shots in there that we can throw on a snow cone?" I'm like, "No."
And not you.
You can bring your own, and
And
I'll
put it
serve
in
you a
there.
pina colada margarita
That's
snow
right.
cone, and the cream on it would probably be amazing. But
no,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I'm
That's
sorry.
that's on you.
I had to eat another bite of the blueberry. Okay, can I just say that they're perfectly? I like them crispy and
Moist at the same
Mhm.
time.
the moist
Yes.
part on the bottom, and then that crispy
Mhm.
kind of glazed,
Yes.
Yeah.
crunchy part on the
Yeah.
top.
I saved that part to
So
last.
I'll have
This
to
was
steal
my
my
favorite.
I'll have to steal my blueberry for Joe. Today's his
Mhm.
birthday. So
Oh,
I'll have
happy
that.
birthday,
Happy
Joe.
birthday, Joe!
Yeah.
I hope he's tuning in and
I will
and-
say
and watching you.
These snow cones look amazing.
So the reason it's gourmet, obviously, it's not just your basic rainbow flavors.
Right. That's why I'm
you
like,
can add your
oh.
fruits to it. We do the manganada, which is the Mexican snow cone with the fresh mangoes and the chamoy,
Oh, that may be what I'm
the
looking at right now.
tahine. And then, of course, we make, yes, that's the manganada, fresh
I gotta
mangoes.
take
And,
Elsa out there. My
and then we
friend.
have a few of the fruit delights that have the fresh fruits on them. And then, of course, the homemade cream. That's everybody's favorite. So
Mm.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
homemade cream.
don't
So-
ask for my recipe.
No.
Can we get that on the air right now?
Okay, so when I envision a snow cone, I envision a typical snow cone.
Mhm.
Growing up in the Northeast, we call them Italian ice.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know what an Italian ice is.
I think it's more of the crunchy ice, correct?
It's the crunchy ice.
Correct.
Mhm.
Right. So snow cone is creamy. Is that right? Is that the
Mhm.
difference?
Fluffy
Fluffy,
snow.
yeah.
Fluffy.
It's
Fluffy.
fluffy snow.
Something Texas
it's
hardly
shaved-
ever sees.
Shaved ice, gourmet, shaved.
Okay.
Fluffy.
Snow.
Yes.
Okay. So
Soft.
first of all, I love the fact that you knew the difference between Italian ice and a snow cone because I truly never did.
I call
never,
that a ballpark snow cone.
It is a ballpark snow cone.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's annoying.
Yes, crunchy.
I mean,
If I wanted to go do my crushed ice on the fridge and throw some syrup on it, that's what I would
Yeah.
do.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Straight up.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So you take the ice and you completely grind it, shave it down.
I mean, the machine does it.
The
but
machine, yes.
yes. This
She
machine's
does it with her
amazing.
hands every
Machine's
day.
amazing.
You're so muscular.
Yeah.
Your arms are really big. I get it now. No, but I mean, these are I ask these questions because there's a lot of people who live here in Texas who are not from Texas.
Correct.
A lot.
And
Especially Godley now.
and ice, an Italian ice is for most people who live outside of Texas, and then you move here, and they get something completely different, thinking, oh, it's supposed to be that. So I like the idea of being able to explain to people the difference. So I'm looking at pictures of yours because I have never had yours, and I'm now going to have to. And oh my
Mhm.
gosh, is that a cup of elotes? Is that a giant?
Probably. I don't know what you're looking at, but
Is it
corn?
Is yours served in a big styrofoam cup?
they can get whatever they want. 8 to 32 ounces.
Okay, this is a 32-ounce cup of corn.
Yes.
Now, do you make yours? I'm swapping. I'm sorry, I have to swap because this is one of my favorite things,
Okay.
but I'm picky about it. So, are you heavy on like the cheese and saucy part that's in there, or are you more
I
corn?
feel like it's balanced. I don't know. Have you ever had one? A molote? No. So I feel like it's
Mm.
very balanced. I do not use the cojito cheese anymore. I use Parmesan because I realized that
Okay.
Godly customers prefer the Parmesan. So obviously you're going to do what the community wants.
Mhm.
Right.
But I don't have the liquidy elote if that's what you're asking. When you go to some of these little stands and it's real liquidy with the mayo.
I've had it. and it wasn't even a stand. I had it somewhere locally, and I did not like it because to me it was more
Creamy.
It was more, yeah, it was more cheese
we
than
were together.
corn.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to
No.
remember.
Mine has
Oh,
a
I
lot
knew
of
where we
corn.
were. We
Oh.
were at a chain, so we'll talk about it. And it was
Yeah.
in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
While
Yep.
when Mackenzie was in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the name of it at
Was
all.
it-
And we did no, theirs was okay. No, we
Mhm.
liked theirs. Theirs was okay. It wasn't too cheesy.
And I don't know about you, but I can
Squirrel.
tell the difference
We
between
do that.
frozen corn versus canned
Yeah.
corn.
Yes.
And if you use canned corn, to me, it's just,
Yeah.
and we will do the roasted sometimes, like
Yeah.
summer events and
Right.
stuff. We'll do the fresh Joe roast the corn.
Mhm.
But I think you can tell a difference too in the corn if it's in your cup. Too. The can base is real watery, so even if you drain it, I don't know why, just because it's been sitting in a can. But
Yeah.
I would say mine's, I don't know. I try to do a very good balance between the mayo and the sour cream. So it's not like you're runny all cheese.
Okay, so it's
a
mayo.
ton of corn. It's 9 ingredients.
I've never
9
made it.
ingredients.
Okay, can you talk about the ingredients? If you have a special one, you don't have to don't say what your special thing is.
What's normally
The
in
only
it, I
difference
guess.
is the if the customers want the Valentina and the tahine, the cayenne pepper. So I'll ask the customer if they want spicy or mild. If they don't, I try to eliminate those things or just lightly on the Valentina. Y'all know the little Mexican hot sauce.
Mhm.
So,
Nope.
but yeah, no,
I'm learning. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
literally learning.
Okay.
here.
I know what that is.
So, and I'll have customers now, if they'll give me, you were asking earlier about the food items. I do have some that want the elote, they crave it. And if they'll give me a 24-hour notice, I'll get it ready for them.
Okay. Now, so
But
do you have
I
a
was
drive-through?
wasting that too much. Yes.
You were wasting
Yes.
it too much.
Yes. Yes.
So-
and I was doing very well before COVID, but then once COVID hit, just the extra food items, I just decided
Right.
to eliminate until we have special events or I do birthday parties. Like I'll take my trailer to people's backyards. And if they request, like I just had one in Granbury, a grand opening for a dental, and she wanted to do hot dogs, snow cones, drinks, chips. So I'll take
Awesome.
whatever they request.
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they request that there be food, I'll do it.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
just to do that as a norm on my schedule, I'm not going to waste food like that.
Do you
So-
have a minimum and a maximum on what your catering events?
to go travel to your house?
Yes.
Yeah, mine's very minimal. It's not, of course, for Chris, they have all the food prep or whatever. I'll do it for 75 minimal.
Minimum of 75 people.
No, $75.
Oh,
So yeah, very minimal.
goodness
So
gracious, you're
if it's-
affordable.
If it's local,
Okay.
obviously, like Granbury would be 125. If I'm driving over 20 miles, it'll be 125.
Absolutely. You have
Yeah.
to, you got to
Right.
charge for that.
Well, and then-
that makes sense.
Some things people don't think about. Everything you have to load up for that. Your generator,
Right.
your hooking up,
Mhm.
your all of it.
I was talking to a friend and we know somebody who like went out of state and pulled their boutique trailer to do a big setup for it. And and I have that. I've got that trailer, but I'm not going to go do that and go out of state without, you've got to calculate in
right.
your drive time,
Mhm.
the amount of gas that
Yes.
you're using to and from, and in hopes to make enough.
The mental preparation.
Yes,
The
all of
mental
it.
prepara-
The
yes.
packing
Labor.
time,
Yes,
everything.
Yes.
To be ready to drive out of state to do a boutique setup somewhere like a pop-up or a private sip and shop.
Right.
All the things that you have to take into account in order to make sure that, okay, I have to sell
At least.
at least this much to
Right.
cover to break
Mhm.
even.
Exactly. And I don't want to go to do an event just to break even.
Right.
You
To
know?
break even.
Seriously.
Absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. So when you say a $75 minimum, then clearly that number is up higher based on how many people are
Correct.
at the event that you're feeding.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they can call you and we can get you to, I'm already saying we
Yeah.
can get you to bring us elotes if we
Correct.
wanted and
Mhm.
some street tacos.
Mhm.
Correct.
Right. So,
Yes.
we
So
can-
say you're having a birthday party and you don't want just snow cones, we can do the whole package. And we
Awesome.
can set it up like a package. So it's really, that's why I don't have set prices online because everybody's different.
right.
I've done a 20
Right.
people event
You
for a
do a
toddler.
package
And then I've
for
had a
their needs.
$75 event. And then I've
Mhm.
had where we go to Godly Landscaping and it was the whole pre-K and parents, so you
Mhm.
just have to be prepared for that.
It's a really smart thing to do. I have people reaching out to me, quite often to find out what my rates are.
Mhm.
What do they get for, $100 or this? And I don't have those rates posted anywhere because it depends
It
on your
varies.
needs.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct.
It depends on your needs. And so for businesses like yours, if I would assume, just because of who you are and how, just getting to know you at this table already in this short time, that if you were to work with, a family in need, or a community, any part of the community in need, your rates can fluctuate
Mhm.
in
Correct.
the way that people need it to do. And so I'm the same way. I don't want, what you guys are doing. This is something, now knowing all about what you're doing, this is something that the radio station is going to promote on a regular basis.
Mhm.
We're going to promote you on a regular basis because I want to see your business grow and look at
Thank
all the
you.
stuff that you do within your community to help serve them, and serving the food during the pandemic to people for free. Just because you had it is great, but the fact is you paid for it.
Correct.
It came out of your
Yes.
business. That was an
Right.
investment for you. And so
And
you're
you just didn't throw it away.
Well,
Right.
and like
You've
for our
made-
event on, gosh, what event did we just have recently? Oh, the tractor pull. We served a ton of people, but again, my family's not going to have nachos and hot dogs and street tacos for a week. So I gathered baskets and I took them to the fire department or the police department and just give it to them,
Right.
because I'm not going to waste that food. So
I'm
These
the
baskets
same
are
way.
cute too, by the way.
say it again.
These baskets you have
See,
on
and that's
here.
what
Do you
gets,
still do
y'all
that?
asked earlier about that's one of my main things I
Mhm.
was shocked how
These are
many
cute
spooky
little
boo baskets I
Oh,
did. So that's been a new thing. The
Uh-huh.
boo baskets, you've been
Mhm.
booed. And so Halloween was really good with the baskets.
Oh, I bet it was.
It's usually Valentine's, Christmas, and
Mhm.
Easter. But yeah,
Those are cute.
Okay,
I
so
do
let's.
birthday baskets. I do any occasion you can think of. I'll bake a basket.
This
Diaper
is a-
cake, dollar cake.
This is another part of your business.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
why it's Mo.
Okay.
So J Flo's Gourmet Snow and Mo.
Mo, J
Yeah.
Flows and Mo. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I just
Yeah.
love it. So
And
that
Mo,
Mo part
like
is the
more
gift
people.
basket. So if you need some custom made gift baskets
They
for
are
Christmas,
cute.
you can reach out to J Flo. Go to her Facebook page. If you're watching, we've posted it. If you're listening, go to facebook.com/JFLOSNO, J Flo Snow
Correct.
on Facebook, and you can get your Christmas basket orders in now. What are they? Do
And
you
it's
just
even birthday basket, whatever.
Do
I
you-
try not to set prices because I customize them, customized. So I try to stay around $50 is the starting, and then we can build up. But like
Okay.
when we get to Valentine's, Easter,
Right.
I'll start like at 20, 25.
Mhm.
Just depends. And then the parents can build up on that, or the husband, whatever.
do you build baskets based on someone's budget? So if somebody came to you and said, "Look, I need
A
five
$20.
$25 or $20 gift
Correct.
baskets to bring to an event."
I'll show them what I can do. Or
Okay.
like when we did the teacher reach out, that's how you do that as well. You give them when they're doing special things for the teachers so that they see what you're doing, and you just bless the teachers when they do drawings and stuff so they know what to expect.
That's
you know?
beautiful. So there's no
Just
snow
found
cones
my
in the
new-
baskets.
Two new
No,
spots.
But
as
there
I
is
drive through
salsa
Stephenville.
sometimes.
But there is salsa.
So I've made koozies, and instead of putting the koozies in there just flat, I was like, duh, genius.
Good
Put
idea.
my koozie on my
Oh, I
salsa.
love that.
And so if it's like yesterday, I did a Dos Equis basket, and it was really cute. And I actually used the Dos Equis box and did everything wrapped around green, red, right? So
super cute.
So then we put, you can put the chips and salsa in there because obviously beer nuts, stuff like that, if they're wanting a beer
Yes.
basket. So
super cute. So okay, so we're gonna need a taste testing of your salsa.
Yes.
I know I should have brought some,
I
right?
know.
That's
I'll
okay.
have to come back.
You're gonna have to come back,
to come back.
and
or we just make our way over there.
and what is yours? Do you have just a one, or do you have like a mild,
A mild and a hot.
and a
Mhm.
hot?
I do have a few customers that ask for, please don't make it that hot. So I'll do a medium. But
Okay,
I try to just stick with mild and hot. And the hot, sometimes you just never know. That's the
Well,
jalapeno.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
of
that's
course
what
I'll
happens when it's
taste it.
homemade.
Yeah. So I had a customer, he orders 2 quarts every week. Literally 2 quarts every week. And the last time he was like, I think I'll just go mild because I can't eat as much as I want to when you make it hot. So he's transferred from a hot customer to a mild
To a
customer.
mild customer.
Yeah, because he literally wants to sit there and just eat and eat and eat.
Is yours a chunky salsa or a non-chunky?
It's in between. It's not the totally pureed, but it's not just bite into a
Okay.
whole onion either.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. I must have some. So we've got a
I know
little.
it looks good.
We've got a little less than 2 minutes left, and I want you to tell our listeners what's your biggest need right now?
As far as
Growing your business,
people knowing where I'm at.
people knowing where you're
yes,
at. So
location. And
Yeah, 'cause
as
I'm
we both know with the Godly Wind, I have invested in signs. So right now, my main thing is
Mhm.
figuring out, okay, which route to go. I'm so sick of these 80, 90, $100 signs that last about 2 weeks, for promoting yourself. So
Yeah, and I
it's all about my
drive through
location.
Godly all the time to go to Stephenville where my daughter goes to college.
Mhm.
And so I was just there yesterday and I'm like, oh, I've found 2 new spots I'm going to stop at.
Right. Well, and you speaking just real quick, this is putting somebody else out there that's small
Mhm.
business. She lives in my neighborhood with me and Shelly, and she's in that little corner. Oh gosh, what's it called? Country Corner. She's in that
Okay.
little corner
Oh,
now.
yeah.
She's Pineapple Express, and
Okay.
so she's
Oh.
Asian food.
Oh,
And
And it is-
awesome.
so
it is
she's got
amazing.
the
Okay.
lumpia, and so if I would have known they weren't going to come, I would have
Yeah.
picked
Brought
her up. Yeah.
Guess what?
Another-
so she
another
just
day.
started.
We've got many Wednesdays to come. We've got
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
Okay.
Tell me your greatest need. I know we can donate on the website.
Coffee subscriptions.
Coffee subscriptions
Yes.
for the churches
Well,
or any business.
Or
for-
any business.
Well, or for individuals. We do for individuals also.
Awesome.
Okay. And remember,
Says
everything.
we do have a few seconds. Same thing. Donations are what helps us reach out to the community.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you,
joining us.
ladies.
Thank
Really
you.
blessed to meet both of you
Me
and have
too.
you at the table. Can't wait to watch you guys grow and flourish.
Thank
We'll
you.
be back next Wednesday here on Business Connections. Have a great week.
Thank you.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A 30-year high for inflation. That story in a moment. But first, President Biden heads to Baltimore today